Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to more of Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. In the last episode, we won the Am Jam. As you can see, our shirt proudly says so. Yeah. So we're gonna skate on out of the Am Jam and back into downtown. But gotta give you a second to stretch, cause I gotta get ready to rumble with this. Yeah.
Hey, big news on Tony Hawk's Demolition Radio here on Sirius Satellite Radio. The first annual Tony Hawk's Am Jam is over, and what a finish! The competition was virtually stolen at the last second by a rookie busting out a move he picked up from the legendary Iggy Van Zandt. That's right, you heard it here first on Demolition Radio. Iggy Van Zandt is alive and kicking.
Alright, so as you heard from Tony Hawk himself, Iggy is alive and kicking. Of course, he might be kicking a few people.
Okay, we can start off
Might be kicking a few people after, you know, his press, his press exposure, that is. But first, before we go back to the ranch, we're gonna make a little bit of money doing some simple grab tricks, in which they pretty much hold our hands on for even knowing how to do. So I mean, that's kind of nice. That's probably one of the bigger benefits of this game, I guess, is that it's easy and yeah.
Way to go.
That you'll like never have trouble beating this game. But for those who actually like a challenge, you know, that's gonna really not be a lot of people's favorite, you know, attribute of this game. Alright, so as we are heading back to the ranch, you're gonna see that it's gonna just save and there's not gonna be a cutscene activated for it. And that's because I somehow managed to button mash my way right through it. I don't know how, because I don't think you can anyway, I'm not sure. I somehow managed to button mash through it, and so the scene's not gonna come up at all. It's supposed to come up right here. But like I said, it button mashed right through it, and there was no real way of getting that, you know, sticking in that cutscene between without having to steal somebody else's video or go back through the game and look for it myself. And yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. Sorry for my button mashing. And this is actually the way I figured out how to do that chunk of the road that we found in downtown, was to pretty much do the same thing as not a spin on top, or well, it was not a spin on top of that thing, and then just manual on the road, and then they'll actually count that. And yeah, that's right, Mindy, I'm talking right over you, because I can, because I'm the commentator of this game, and the player, so yeah. 2 places of authority all in one, there you go. Okay, so I had a little bit of trouble with trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to go about doing this particular piece, and so it took me quite a few tries, I would say. And that's basically how you do it: is you just jump off that ramp onto one of those poles, and then just try and get as many tricks on there as possible, and it should be a cakewalk.
We couldn't call it a skate ranch without a gigantic.
Alright, so 24,000 on the Chinese tower, which actually is not difficult, really, if you ask me. Of course, it takes me just a couple tries, fortunately. Nothing too fierce. And a little bit of wall glitching, just for the fun of it. And let's see. Honestly, I can't wait to start recording these episodes on my new computer. The quality might not change. I mean, I can definitely experiment with it and try and record in HD and all that stuff, but I'm not sure. I mean, even though I have an HD PVR and all that stuff, I'm not exactly sure on how recording in HD exactly works on this. So I'll probably figure that out eventually, but not right now. Alright, so we're going to downtown. I'm trying to remember what we're supposed to do here. I don't know if it was wasting time or what was it. No, it wasn't wasting time. It was wasting time. Never mind. Hollywood. So actually, I kind of had a really random thought, which was to actually start on the first few missions of the bike.
Kid, you think you can ride bikes? Well, check this out. I'll give you a grip of cash if you learn my tricks. That's if you're good enough. But first, you gotta learn the basics. The biggest difference between skating and biking is the bike's like a 35-pound beast between your legs. All right, so your left thumb is gonna steer the bike. Try to ride around for 30 seconds without belling.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna just pretty much ride around for 30 seconds without bailing. I've never really I've never liked the bike very much in this game. I actually took all the time to do all the missions like on my very first playthrough of it, but afterwards it was really tedious. Like I found it really boring, and the bike mechanics weren't exactly great. Like they weren't very polished. I mean, it kind of seems like a basic sort of thing.
Hey, just so you know, you can get off the bike anytime unless you're doing one of my bike challenges.
Like it's like beyond obvious that they paid way more attention to the skateboarding mechanics than the biking, and so the biking pays the price for not being very smooth at all. So we're just gonna jump back on the skateboard and boom, back in Beverly Hills, where we find our next mission. To be exact, it's gonna be, well, grinding.
Dude, you know a way to get past these
friggin'
friggin' cops? They won't let me in the parking garage.
I know who you are.
Arnold Schwarzenegger!
Yes, you are the poster boy for corporate America, the everyman for a generation of slaves with white collars. Advertising has you chasing the American dream. Think for yourself. Don't let the television think for you.
Man, what are you talking about?
The first step of the skate club initiation is to denounce the corporate infidels that plague your mind.
Okay, I hereby denounce the plague of infidels. What's the second step?
Tricking all these objects before my stopwatch hits 0. If you can do that, I'll take you to the third step.
Okay, so that was a really terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. I know I've done better than that. So yeah, really quickly, all we're gonna do here is just pretty much grind on everything. I mean, you can do fancy tricks on it if you want, but I prefer not to. Just for the convenience of time and all that good stuff. And boom, that's pretty much it. It's just 5 objects. Boom. So yeah, we're basically just gonna be trying to get past the cops by doing stuff for the skate club.
The skate club has a few basic rules you must follow. First rule is that you cannot mention our existence.
What did you do with my clothes?
Rule number 2, no shirt, no shoes.
Oh, that is so weak, man. I was just starting to break those shoes in.
Material possessions are an extension of corporate mind control. The third step of the skate club initiation is to master the art of flatland. While in a manual, do the flatland tricks I call out.
If you do notice, though, those guys do kind of sort of look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. If, you know, he was like really fucked up from getting like into like a really serious fight or whatever. But anyway, that's kind of beside the point. So now we are learning probably the mechanic that will break this game, like as far as scoring is concerned. At least for me it was. A lot of other people probably can do it in different ways, but I'm one of those people who will just cheat and use flatland to score a lot of points on. Not necessarily because I'm very good at it or anything like that. I don't consider myself good at it. In fact, I kind of consider myself pretty terrible. But it's the thing I'm strongest at besides probably grinding. You know, as far as maintaining balance and racking up a pretty high score or whatever, you know. Alright, so there's going to be just a little bit of a break because I basically merged 2 episodes into one once again. That's why it's 21 minutes. And boom. Just talk to the guy. Talk to the man.
Hey, man, you know how to get
Plan.
past those cops?
The demolition committee of Project
In
Wasteland
Pakistan.
has rigged the perfect distraction.
What's Project Wasteland?
A skate club operation that targets large-scale corporations in the area. We're going after this high-dollar hotel.
Follow us!
I like how it went from like Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice to like something kind of high pitched like Matt Damon or something. I don't know.
Here's the plan. We've rigged these beams to fall when they get lipped on. What are you waiting for? Time is running out.
It's like you think these guys would be all badass, and then it's just like, follow us. Yeah.
Nice job. Now hit the middle beam.
Okay. And yep. Nothing too fancy here. Everything's pretty much already explained. And I just like how those guys can stand perfectly still. That's awesome.
What the hell? It didn't break!
That was just a test. To bring this down, lip the beam again, then do the tricks I yell out.
And then after like those 2 times, it's like, oh yeah, we don't need those other guys anymore. He can do it all by himself. Look, ma, no hands. Woo! Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so now that is over, after we get finished with you know, the shenanigans of, you know, rebelling against corporate America, since corporate America pretty much runs our country. But anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright. So now we're going to head down here, where the cops were blocking the parking garage. That's what it's called. And we're going to find another mission. Wonder what it could be.
Well, you've made it this far.
Yeah? What other easy challenges you got for me?
All right, Mr. Hotshot. We've got a challenge for you. Let's see if you can beat the skate club's best Flatlanders. First up, Ralph. See if you can outscore him using just Flatland.
Oh, imagine that. Weak competition of Flatland.
Impressive.
See, I didn't even have
That
to do
guy
anything
was
for
a
the last
punk.
5 seconds.
See the best you got?
You think I'd waste our best guy on you? Get a grip. Next up is Josh. He's a more seasoned challenger.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking. I know what I'm doing. I know everything. No, I was gonna say that I didn't have to do anything for the last 5 seconds there, and I still won. But then I decided to fall and act like an idiot, and then, you know, it was all good. Cause I just like nearly double scored Josh, so you know, yeah. Man, I'm being so entertaining right now. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's incredible. There we go. And
Maybe
winning.
I've underestimated you.
Duh,
It's time
winning.
for you to face the man himself.
Charlie
Oh,
Sheen.
Day One
Day
Song?
One Song.
He
Yeah,
is the
he is
man.
the man.
I wish these skate club guys would stop begging me to do their dirty work for them. This is the last time. I'm sick of being trotted out like some damn show pony each time one of you lose a Flatland battle.
Just do it. Crush this guy and stand beside us one last time.
Hey kid, I'm gonna let you win. Just try to make it look competitive.
I wonder how hard Day One Sun would have been to beat if he actually really cared about like owning, you know, my character or whatever. Just been like, yeah, I'm the best at flatlanding ever, so yeah, you can pretty much just take it up the butt. Cause yeah, you're gonna lose. I just wonder how many points he just score on like on an average flatland. On an average flatland combo anyway. Yeah, see, he didn't even bother to try to make it look competitive. He was like, you just make it look competitive. Not me, you. You gotta do all the work, remember? You're the character, God. Anyway, we're gonna move on past the parking garage where we'll face no more challenges of flat landing. Because flat landing is just another aspect of skateboarding, I would say.
Hey, locals only, chump.
Get off my back. I'm just here to see Alva.
Wait a minute. Are you the skater putting together the skate ranch with Iggy?
Yeah? Why?
I heard about you. Look, it's hard to see Tony. You have to impress his posse first. Then they might let you see him.
Huh, great.
You'll do fine. Be on the lookout for cool skate ranch pieces, too. They're all around Santa Monica. See ya!
Don't know if any of y'all noticed this, but it's kind of funny how there's actually more cutscenes in this episode than there were in the first episode, or that's what it feels like anyway. I mean, it's just a bunch of cutscene moments, and it's just like. All right.
Hey man, see that sign? That there's corporate America saying, "Hey little people, come here so we can take all your cash." That sign represents the man sticking his claws in the wallets of Joe Everybody and sucking them dry. That sign's gotta come down, bro, so the man can see he ain't the man. You gotta launch up there using these kickers and get jamming on the tricks I holler your way, you know what I'm saying, dude?
Would somebody from the 60s actually use the term holler? That's just what I'm wondering, because he was pretty much being the 60s hippie, the late 60s hippies. Yeah, late 60s hippie, you know. Just wondering if they'd actually use the term holler. But it's kind of funny how they... Oh, yeah, probably, actually, you know what? I think so. Yeah, he probably would. Because I remember, I was thinking, I was like... But, because I just remembered that holler is not exactly new. I think it's from like late 50s, early 60s or whatever. Somewhere in that period. Anyway, it's kind of funny how they call it skate park when we're like the only ones actually skating. I don't see anything resembling. I mean, I see those ramps. I mean, there's a few pipes, or well, yeah, there's a few areas that resemble skating areas, but it looks more like an amusement park than anything, actually. I don't know. I almost thought when I saw that, I just thought of it as a misnomer more than anything. And I don't know, but Santa Monica is not actually one of my favorite locations in this game. I don't know why, I just don't like it that much. Not as much as some of the other areas. Shoot, if I had a favorite one, I might say either Hollywood or probably one of the feature ones that we haven't unlocked yet.
Oh man, you the man, man!
Yeah, I will be once I get this sign back to the skate ranch. I'll check you later. Have a good trip.
Where am I going, dude?
Back to the 60s.
Oh yeah, right. Thanks, man. Bon voyage!
There you go. 60s lingo right there. Bon voyage. That might actually be older 60s, but who knows? I don't know this stuff. Why am I trying to act like I do? If I actually had a dictionary to spend all day looking up, you know, what decade or what time period a certain word came from, or a certain phrase. You know. Then I might, but I don't do
Remember
that.
that sign you got from the sound of... You should be able to grind it.
And I like how she's like, remember when you were back at the Santa Monica Pier? It's like, yeah, I was just there. That's a good guess. I mean, it's not like... I don't know. My jokes are terrible today. Well, of course, they're always terrible, but, like, these are just particularly bad. I mean, like...
They needed a place to dump these building chunks. We told them, dump it at the ranch. I don't even know if it's skatable. Let's see if you can rock a huge combo.
I just can't think of jack shit, pretty much. Damn. See, if you actually saw when I paused there, I actually had a 439,000 point combo. I don't remember where or how I got that, but you know, tells you how not so terrible I am, though, I guess. But anyway, this is going to be the end of the episode, so I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.